Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome. My name is Macy Sutantio, and today I am going to chat with a family-owned business, FidgetPockets. And for the parents here, if you're not yet looking ahead of you about work or career options for your autistic family members. So here's a chance for you to ask Joanna, the boss of Fidget Pockets. Ask any questions. Joanna has two kids, and the whole family uses AAC devices to communicate with each other. So I love sharing stories for non-speaking autistic owned businesses because I want to show the world that with the right kind of support, anything is possible. So I want parents and caregivers to feel really hopeful. Okay, so let me find Joanna and Keegan and Ben. Come on in.
How you
Hello.
doing? Hey, hi.
Hello there. Hi, Keegan. Hello. Aw. So I'm very excited to share with my followers your business. So are you wearing, can you show us your, I see your t-shirt.
Show her the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Show
Let's
it.
see. Let's
There
see.
you go. Show her.
It says better. It's backwards from my view is backwards. Better. What does that
Together.
say? Better together. Gosh, I should have been able to guess it. Okay, so tell us about Fidget Pockets, your merchandise. You can show us your merchandise too.
Yes. So, FidgetPockets started based when Keegan was about 11 years old, 11 to like about 14. And she was at school. And what Keegan did was there was this lovely lady. Her name was Annette. She had this luscious hair. And so Keegan used to put her hands through her fingers through her hair. And the lady was like, oh, no, you're not supposed to do that. And so then one day, Keegan, when she was about to go to school, she took a sequin miniskirt and she put it in her pocket. And so with the pocket, in the beginning, me and Mom were like, what are you doing there, babe? I don't know if you're supposed to bring that to school. And we were like, all right, let's just leave it. Let's roll with it. And then so when we picked up Keegan that day, the teacher said, oh, my God, she was amazing. She was on cloud nine, just an awesome person all around and had just an awesome, successful day at school. So that's kind of how the Fidget Pocket started. And then so,
Go ahead,
yeah,
show
so
her.
what we have.
He's going to show you the very first one.
Okay.
And he's going to show you a couple other designs that Keegan did.
Okay, great.
Yes. And so the first one that we came out with was free it, and just be it.
I love it.
Yeah, and so inside this pocket, Keegan chose the fingers, which is long, fingery texture. And cool thing about Fidget Pockets is that you can customize and pick whatever sensory that you might need. We've got a lot of cool stories, which I'll get to in a second, because I got to show you another awesome design Keegan came up with, which was beautiful, because you are the one that is beautiful.
Yeah.
And so inside this pocket, Keegan picked silk, something nice and soft and relaxing.
Right.
And so cool stories that we've had.
Okay, hang on. So I forgot, because I got too excited to meet you all. I forgot to introduce you. You are Ben, right? Big brother.
No, my name is Zach.
Your name is Zach. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the older brother. Okay. And then actually right over here is Mr. Ben. And he said, I'm ready.
Hi, Ben. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And then right over here, we have Miss Keegan.
Yep. Hi, Keegan. Nice to meet you.
And then Joanna.
I'm Mama. Boss.
The boss.
Right.
manager.
I behind them. Keep them safe and let them go.
Right, right. Yes, yes. So the idea is that your customers can choose different kinds of fabric, right?
Yes. We offer sequins because obviously our girl is a sequin fan.
Yeah.
And we have the fingers. And the fingers are a lot like, bone
Hair,
these
right.
kind of textures. We have poodle fur that's like a puppy. We have teddy bear fur.
Nice.
Pretty much anything that crinkles. We have corduroys.
Nice.
We have a kind of customizing as our classic pocket, and you'll have a strip of every texture inside of that pocket. So when you put you can feel about 4 basic textures at a time.
Wow.
For you.
Yeah.
We've been customly done some pockets. We had a lady, a friend of ours, and she had a son that wanted to take an actual plastic fidget with him. So we customized the pocket with an attachment where he could snap and load his own fidget in there too whenever he was out somewhere. But when he was at school, he would unsnap it, take that part out, and it's the pocket for an additional fidget.
And I love how you can like change them depending on your mood, and it snaps inside the pocket so you don't lose them.
See, that's the best part. It doesn't
Very smart.
people. Yeah. Well, Keegan, she's the one. We take trips to manufacturing places with lots of big warehouses, and the kids will walk up and down the aisles.
Right.
We'll have a target of like 2 to 4 different fabrics that we change here, and follow them. They check it, we wash it, we check for, and it's sewn, and also for safety.
Yeah. So, how long have you had your business?
Since 2016.
Wow, congratulations. So that's like 7 years and going, right?
Yep. And it might be a pace that's a bit slower than everyone else's, but it's at their pace.
Not at all. So I am looking at my questions here. So if any of you guys want to answer, my first question was, well, you showed us your products, so that's nice. And we talk about what's in the pocket. So I want to ask you, why do autistic people need to fidget?
We need to release energy and relax. Sometimes it's to wake up one sense and quiet another. Yeah.
Cool. Were you able to hear that?
It was kind of muffled, so could you repeat it again, please?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Put it towards the speaker.
Yeah. Here, we'll put
Yeah,
it right
yeah.
back here.
Okay. Thank you, Keegan.
Right there, since-
We need to release energy and relax. Sometimes it's to wake up one sense and quiet another. Yeah.
Okay, that's great, because like for me, I also have my fidgets with me. I like my metal fidgets. For me, it feels like it helps me to balance how I feel inside, like balancing my inside with outside, like input kind of, I feel better, especially during situation like when I have to show up for other people, big events. I really need my fidgets. So I fidget with my legs. I shake my legs, and people can't see that under the table. And I also fidget with my nails. And if I have my the metal fidgets, that's what I use also. So autistic people need to fidget for good reason, as you said, Keegan. So how do you feel about owning your small business that's been going on for 7 years? And that's great that you're sustaining it and
We
working
feel like
together.
shouting from the rooftop. Yes, we have ideas and skills. Listen up.
Yay! Woohoo! what other ideas do you have? What do you have some new ideas?
You have some new ideas? Do you have new ideas you want to share?
Yes.
What ideas? Do you want to share them now? You want to share them now?
Oh,
No.
okay. That's okay. I know that wasn't part of my list of questions, wasn't it? I'm sorry. We'll
do you
come
say
back
about
to
that?
that.
Grow wow.
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that part?
What would say that again?
Tell her again, Keegan. What did you say?
Grow wow.
Girl, wow.
Go
Anytime
wow.
you think that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Think
you.
that
We
out.
all have good ideas, fun ideas. Okay. Um. Can you show us your workstation? So I'm very interested to check out autistic people's workstation because it's hard for me to focus. So I always like to see people's workstation because maybe that will give me clues about how to be focused while working.
Okay.
All right. So how the workstation works is the kids. Ben really likes wiggling with paper, so he's got like a bin of paper that he can grab stuff out of. Keegan usually picks like a fidget like this, and then we'll usually like kind of right where the cool light fish lamp is. We usually have a box with all the hoodies that we're kind of done and made with.
Okay.
And then they come over here and they sit down on the green cushion or on the
nice.
Yep, and then they'll lay out the hoodies or the t-shirts or the clothes. And what will happen is right down here in our blue bucket, we have all the envelopes, tape gun, all of those goodies that are inside there. And yes. And then if we get big crazy orders, we have our table right here where everybody sits at and they'll work out all the stuff and put them in the boxes. And then we have right here a wireless printer that prints out our labels. And then we got ourselves a traditional printer.
Nice.
And then right up here is kind of our, like, their motivational quotes that they have. I think I can flip this sucker around.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
So right here is, we've got to make noises in greater amounts. So open your mouth wide, for every voice counts.
I love it.
Yeah. And then pending orders, and then our calendar of all of our events that we're doing, that we have going on. We're actually next week speaking at a conference called the ACP, teaching people how to make their communities more inclusive. Yep. So that's kind of like one of our big things we got going. And then over here is kind of like our little wall of fame that we got with all of our newspaper articles that we've been in.
Nice. Oh, look at that. You guys are famous. Look at that. Nice.
Yep. And then here's more of just the invoices. Passport Court Shop we're going to try to get into. And then we have a fashion show coming later months. Yeah. And we'll talk a little bit more about that sucker.
Yeah. Fashion show. Tell me about the fashion show. I love it.
Well, my dear, this is a really lovely thing. Are you guys familiar with Madeline Stewart? She's the Down syndrome model.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yes, I remember her now.
Madeline is coming to our fashion show here in Prescott. And as you can see from Keegan's shirt, we're working on the message of we're all better together. So the Better Together fashion show, showing Down syndrome and autism, and also verbal, nonverbal. And it's becoming more or less a community movement, what we're doing here. And built on the idea and the concept that Ben and Keegan have been running the business, but quite often people would say, Mom, great idea. I'd be like, no, it was Keegan's idea. But for them to understand how it was Keegan's idea, we first had to educate people how she speaks, right? Yeah. So that they could understand how any of this would be possible, and then it wouldn't be us doing it. You know, of course, we're a family and we offer guidance, health, safety, and respect for our rules, but the rest is them. We just chase after them and let them go with it, right? Yeah. So throughout our community, we've also been raising money for communication boards, parks, playgrounds, schools, and a lot of our clothing sales go back to making Prescott, our community, and other communities more inclusive, so that you can understand how someone such as ourselves that are nonverbal can run a business, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So kind of twofold. So this fashion show, dear, she keeps telling you she wants to shout from the rooftops, because this fashion show is about taking everyone in that community setting, and we are going to all get together at the Prescott Resort. It's a formal dinner. You sit down, you have a fashion show, you know, with all the kids in the community. Yeah, we have a school for kids with autism that's being included. So often people kind of operate on their own entities, and our movement here is, hey, let's all just do it together. So at this fashion show, we plan to highlight that. We have a gentleman, his name is Lance. He has a PhD in physics and uses an AAC device. He's going to be our EMC.
Nice.
And we have Miss Arizona that's going to be our EMC. And then we also have someone doing sign language to help EMC. So it's kind of about being all inclusive and better together. And Madeline's going to model that fidget pocket gear, and it's going to be really fun.
Oh, I wish I can come.
You're invited to come. You can.
I know.
Come over.
I would love to come. That sounds really, really fun. So I love how you are all about community building and educating people who actually are not touched by neurodivergence. So people outside our circle, right? Because
it's super important, I think, because we live inside those boxes and those labels, and it's almost like when you enter this world and someone finds out you might have the characteristic of autism, and that's what we call it. It's just part of who we are. It's not everything. It's not everything. We're full of surprises, right?
Yeah.
You want to keep telling me to be quiet. She'd like to talk to more.
Of course. Talk to me, Keegan.
What do you think?
What do you want to say?
I think she wants to share the fact that she's a poet.
Oh, yes. I'm ready. So whenever you're ready to.
She's got a poem that she's going to share. Okay.
The stage is yours.
I'd like to clarify, or let you know that she has a device that has notebooks, and so she can store poetry, PowerPoint presentations, gives her time to work on these things, because to do them, it would be quite timely. Like you and I would say, what's your favorite color? It would be red. But for her, it takes a little bit longer. Turn it on, click this, do that, you know? So it gives that real feeling of interaction on the spot. So she's a poem she's going to share with you.
Okay. The stage is hers whenever she's ready.
Get it, girl.
All right, Keegan, I'm going to take it right back over here so they can hear it.
Like a cookie, we support each other on the outside, conscious to take turns showcasing each other's insides, savoring each divine cream-filled center. Oreos can. Why can't we? Seriously.
Yeah.
How about that? Huh?
Yeah, girl.
That's my kind of poem. Thank you. That was beautiful and fun.
Yes, girl.
Thank you.
Tell her about Doritos, Zach.
Yeah, she also wrote a poem to Doritos a while back and got free Doritos for a year.
Wow.
Yeah, free Doritos for
Go,
a year.
girl.
She wrote a poem. Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. That's awesome. What else you want to say, girl?
Any other poem you want to share, Keegan?
Yeah. Any more? Do you want to show her any more poems?
No.
Not
Okay.
right. Yes.
Not right now. Okay. That was so much fun. All right. So we saw your workstation. So I see that you have a system. Everything is organized. And do you have a specific direction? You go one way, to the right or to the left? Like, is there a progression of your workstation? Different stations.
What's your progression?
Do you have? Yeah, please.
Do you know what she's asking you?
Yes.
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 Is it like a,
Yes.
you know the progression? Are you
Yes.
saying you understand the progression? She's asking you what that progression is.
Yeah.
Is it right to left or left to right? Tell her the truth. Is it left to right?
I want.
You want to tell her?
Okay, you tell her, girl.
Is it right to left or left to right?
That's
left to right.
okay.
Yes.
Left to right. She's
Left
the
to right.
opposite.
Okay, great. So my next question is, how much do you work every day? Do you work every day? And if you do, how much? How many hours?
We work 6 to 8 hours daily. Our mom and brother
Wow.
Zach work alongside us.
Right. Wow. Okay. That's long hours. I hope you get breaks in the like every so often.
Well, tell her what we do during those days.
Yeah, so usually within those days, what we do is we try to find more sponsors to put communication boards throughout the community. So we do, yeah. So we do that as well. And then
Okay.
we also try to help teach people about communication and how to communicate with everybody.
Every sale.
Okay.
And also when we do our sales, that every sale goes to a new communication board that's out in the community.
I love
Like
it.
currently in our Prescott area, we have 2 that are at a splash pad where there's like water in a playground. And then there's this other one, which is, they call it the inclusive park, Kayla's Helping Hands. There's a board in there. And then we're slowly.
Ben is saying, I do too.
Yes. Oh, and then Ben said, I do too. I do too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben.
Yeah. What are you saying else, bud?
We haven't seen Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. You love it? Yeah. I love you too, buddy. Yes. They're a little bit camera shy.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
So that's what we work on too every day as well.
Yeah. Not everyone is a social butterfly.
Yeah, spot when you're the one that does it different than everyone else can sometimes be tough, I think.
Of
what
course.
I'm seeing is as we do,
Of course.
they're growing too, right?
Mhm.
For instance, today we went to the splash pad downtown and we were taking photos with the city of Prescott for banners that would show our community being inclusive. And the difference in the last 6 months, it was like night and day. Keegan had conversations with kids like back and forth, like, 8 to 10 different exchanges of questions about things that, like about Pokemon and everything under the sun. So I shall, she said. It's growing. They both. It's just, as a parent, it's pretty cool to see. So if any parents are sitting on the fence, I say go for it because it's beneficial both ways.
Yeah. So my next question is about who do you have like a specific job that each one of you do? Like who helps you put together the orders?
Who is it, Kitty?
Yeah.
We work 6 to 8 hours daily. Our mom and brother Zach work alongside us.
So kind of piggybacking what you were saying on the first question, the question you said, it's me and mom and me and, sorry, I'm going to call myself Zach in third person. Zach, mom, and Keegan, and Ben, we all work on it together. We're all together.
Is that what you wanted to say, Keegan?
Is that what you're trying to say, babe?
Is that what you wanted to say?
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
So we're using it all, aren't we, Keegan?
So
get us out of the picture.
What you're saying is that everyone chips in, right?
She just laughed.
She just laughed.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone chips in. That's the way it should be. What is hard about running a business?
This was a funny one. It cracked me up.
Okay.
The hard part is getting online sales. We sell to our friends. We hope to make new friends soon.
I love it. That's such a great answer. You make new friends and you sell everything online. right? And you donate to make your community better. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Spot on.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so here's my last question. What do you want?
It's okay.
You're doing good, babe. Home
Yeah,
stretch.
you're doing great. Need a
Wait, one more
moment.
question.
Wait, one more. One more question.
We'll quit bugging you.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, let me say the question. What do you want to tell other parents and autistic kids about building your own small family-owned business?
Tell them, girl.
Chin up. It's your life. You can do your thing your way.
Yes! Go, Keegan. That's
Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, Ben say yo yo.
Ben also agrees. That's awesome.
Yes.
Stand up. It's your life.
Do it.
Yeah, you do
Gotta give it a
you.
shot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
I think that's
yeah. So I was just gonna tell Keegan, thank you so much for
We're helping her
preparing.
close in and out of her notebooks. It's a separate screen.
Okay.
And so by the end of the day, sometimes it's tough. So we're taking her back where she can just have, what she wasn't prepping for.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Go get him, girl.
Go get him, girl. What else do you want to add on?
I want.
What is it you want?
What do you want, babe?
Yes.
You want yes to your phone?
I'm saying yes.
Is that what you're talking about? Are you talking about your phone?
Say.
Say.
Say nap? You talking about a nap? Is that what you
napper?
want?
Oh, okay.
I
Go
want.
take a nap.
I
I
want.
think it's a nap.
Okay, see you later, Keegan.
She's bailing.
Yeah.
She's like,
That's okay.
I guess that
Okay.
means I want out.
It's okay. She deserves to get out. She's been very patient with me. Thank you so much. So, yeah, I really love how you guys pay attention to your non-speaking family members' clues and build the business because you pay attention to those clues and honoring their identity, and you just go with it, So that's
what we all want, I think, right?
that is such a great tip and advice for all parents, that I think a lot of times the clues are in front of us, but we miss them or we don't pay attention to
Something
them.
right, what we like to say, AAC, because they use alternative augmentative communication, but body language is one of the biggest forms of AAC.
Correct.
So as parents, we can't be focusing on what the limits might be based on someone else's general, like when we come into this world and they say, you have autism and you can't do this, and this. Well, how do we know that? And what I've found throughout the years is, some kids do love to hug, and some kids do love to be touched, and some kids do love jokes. And Keegan, this little miss that you just saw, met Joan Jett, and she danced on. Yeah, right. Like we were on stage. Keegan was sitting on her water cooler, hanging out with her, and throwing water bottles to everyone. You would think that I'm going to sit this way down. I'm sorry if it's moving, you guys. Stereotypically speaking, that would be too loud or too much of a sensory overload.
Oh, your voice is. Hang on. Okay.
You all right?
I think you're back. You were cutting out for a bit. Can you repeat what you said?
That's okay. I think stereotypically speaking, that would be an experience that most of us would shy away from taking our young ones with autism too. Right. But it was a place where she had the absolute most fun, and so did her brother Ben. And that was something that they enjoyed. So I think having autism is about keeping in mind something that is part of you, but not all of you, and that who we are is our experiences in life.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So, just to give them every opportunity and every experience to where they're at, meet them where they're at in that
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
And every time that you try it will be more of a positive, and you build it on the next and the next. And these little people start to shine through, and you start to see personalities, and then you
Of
foster that
course.
just like you would in any other child, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. So for the parents here, I know that my followers are parents of little autistic kids. So a lot of times we are so fearful, and all we can see is the gap. And the professionals make you even worry because all they talk about is, oh, your child is lacking this or not doing things in an age appropriate manner and so on. So I think what you're saying is there is so much more than all the deficits. And so
There
don't believe what people say. The
No, don't.
naysayers.
Find your tribe, and let
Yeah.
everyone be who they were meant to be. Everybody brings something to the table. Everybody
Correct.
makes a difference in some way. I
Yeah.
always call Ben and Keegan my little life professors. They teach you about pausing and being patient,
Right.
but most importantly, perspective. Right? What a
Yes.
powerful word.
Yes.
Think about all the young parents, and they have their kiddos that are 2, 3, 4, and 5. They read your body language. They read when you're fearful, and if you're fearful,
Yes.
they're fearful.
Correct.
Right? You have to go
Correct.
into that situation with your tribe or yourself and tell yourself,
Mhm.
all right,
Yeah.
it's okay for me to be here.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of us out there that will support you, but it's all about the experience and having faith in who you're with and in your children. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're all here to learn from each other. They bring
Exactly.
a whole skill set, and the world is moving so fast. Nobody waits. They kind of pre-decide what you're going to say, pre-decide how things are going to turn out, and if they slow down a bit, they might be pleasantly surprised. I think our
Yeah.
gift to them is giving them the ability to pause. I think that our families and our kids give other people the joy in allowing them and giving them permission just to wait a second. What am I
Yeah.
seeing? And how does that feel? And is that okay?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really isn't that scary, right? It's
Right.
hard for
Right.
us because we're the only ones doing it. But once we do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, a lot of the times I was by myself with Ben and Keegan. I did spend a lot of my life with just the 2 of us milling around. So I've had both sides of it. We have a large family, so I've had siblings
Yeah.
helping out, and then I've
Yeah.
just been on my own. And really, it's about us having 2 feet, the parents, 2 feet on the ground, and just going with it and giving your kid every opportunity to do what everybody else is doing, and just
Yeah.
do it at your own pace. There is no
Correct.
race. There is no race.
I totally agree. Just taking them through real world experiences
Yes. The more you
and
limit, no.
supporting them. And I remember my mom showed up at my first job interview. I didn't get the job, needless to say, but I appreciated that because she cared and she wanted me to be safe. She just needed to be there to see that it was a safe environment for me,
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's in us. It's in us, and we feel like and the thing that's hard to do for the moms and parents, I think, is that you become their translator and their go-between. And I used to find myself speaking so fast and just trying to
Yeah.
let everybody know everything everyone was going on and what everyone meant. And then I finally figured out the more I slowed down, they stepped forward. They're
Yeah.
reading off of us, right?
Correct.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
want to see
Yeah.
that we have faith in them just like anyone else. So I guess my most important advice would be just to be,
Yeah.
just slow it
Just
down,
be. Just be.
right?
Yeah, yeah. And don't be afraid about using and starting a visual or text-based methods. This, I always tell parents and people in general that using AAC or spelling to communicate, that is just as valuable as mouth words. So a lot of people usually hold back the exposure to AAC or visual based or text based communication. No, you don't want to do that. You want to open that door, explore different doors and just
It,
go with it, right?
it is because they all lead to the same neural pathways.
Right.
So
Yeah.
one enhances the other, just like sign language, right?
Right.
So
Correct.
the more means to communicate that you give them,
Yeah.
the better off they are. I
Right.
have Ben. Ben will use sign language. Ben will write. Ben will use AAC devices. He also takes lyrics from songs and he builds together sentences. He's like Bumblebee. Have you seen that movie?
Yes.
With the Transformer guy does
Yes.
that. He puts together things when he get
Love it.
access. Yes, quite often.
Yeah.
And when I first figured it out, it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
He just has this funny, and yeah, so now it's quite normal to us. But
Yeah.
just really, it's their perspective. Try to look at what they're thinking and
Yeah.
seeing, and so many doors open. When they finally figure out that they're accepted for who they are, the magic starts to happen. You know? Here she
Yeah.
comes. She's back.
Here she comes.
Yeah.
Okay, Keegan, do you want to say anything else before I let you and your family go?
Is there anything on your mind, girlfriend? What you want to tell her? Think it through. What you got? Lay it out there.
So don't give the rat's ass.
Oh.
She said, so don't give a rat's ass.
I heard that. That's so funny. All right, I hear you, girl. I love the ending. Hey.
Oh my goodness, that's good.
That's
I thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'll reach out separately. So I'm going to publish this recording. I'm going to tag you and I'll
Thanks.
reach out separately. And,
Perfect.
you know, yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Have a good night.
You
Thank
too. Bye. Bye, Keegan.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Bye.